Hearts of Oak at home, and they welcomed Hearts of Lions. They're all playing here, but Hearts of Oak, you know, this is where they are based. But I mean, interestingly enough, Hearts of Lions was also based here in Accra, though. Yeah. And I'm wondering, was the plan that, because initially, the top four was going to come off in Kumasi, and then later on, plans has to change, and it was brought close here. But then we've seen a good game. Right. Both coaches, you heard Bashir Hayford, you heard Coach Didi Dramani, and we were alluding to the fact that Didi Dramani has transformed, or is in the process of transforming Hearts of Oak, if it's anything to go by. I mean, what should we expect under his tutelage going into this season?
Well, obviously, I think when Hearts of Oak signed him, I did a video that I said, immediately Hearts of Oak signed Didi Dramani, they became title favorites. Wow. Because if you know him and at that time, I have not even watched him coach the team, but you know Didi Dramani, you know what he has been able to do. Unfortunately for him, the last time we saw him coach a team was with the Black Stars B, exactly. And they failed to qualify. So we thought, but no. Didi Dramani is a talented manager. He knows how to coach players to get them to do well. He's that kind of managers that they need time to grow the players to understand how he wants them to play. He gives them a lot of information. So he didn't excel with the local Black Stars or the Black Stars B simply because the time was minimal. So the coaching education was not early for him to get the players to understand how he wants them to play. But once he gets the time to stay with these players, obviously, automatically he will transform the boys. And I think even when he played his first game against Kotoko in the President Cup, you could see glimpses of what he wanted to do. And once he got the time to coach them well, you could see the football they played. And I think in the President Cup, it was obvious. You watched them today in today's game, and you could see a clear indication of how a coach wants players to play. And I always say that in football, results will always come. You can win games, you can lose games. But it's about how the team plays and whether indeed, when you're watching the game, you could see an imprint of a coach and how he wants them to play. You could see the first game or the first half, it was not his favorite starting 11, because the confidence to even play newly promoted, newly signed players in the first opening game should clearly tell you that he was not even chasing for the results, but managing the game time, as he said in the post-match. He said, it's in as much as he wants the results, it's also a chance to text the players and prepare for the coming season. So you have to manage the game time. Most of the players that played in the President Cup, he benched some of them. The Homo World Cup, he benched some of them to switch up and give everybody enough playing time. And that's what happened. For him, I think Hearts of Oak fans will look at this and say, well, we have a manager, in him, things can be great. He automatically makes this Hearts of Oak team a title favourites in the Premier League. And every game that they've played under him, they've been competitive. Even if they've lost, they've played an excellent upgrade of football. And that's what you need. And he has also developed the individual players. The instructions has been good. If the players will be humble enough to learn under him, he can transform some of the players into great footballers that can even help them and help their career and also help the club. Because yes, the results may not be, some games he may not win, but as a footballer, he's a coach that you would wish to play under, because he gives you good instructions. He teaches you how to play and how to understand your role as a player. So for me, he's a teacher, and as a footballer, these are the things that you need. And for a club like Hearts of Oak, they would always want a coach that would give them hope and inspire good performance. And that's what he does. And I think so far he's been doing that.
Great. So from wherever you're watching us from, a lot of people watching from the diaspora, from the United States, United Kingdom, in Germany. Kweku Asari Foko is watching us live, getting so many messages there. But the game that we brought you just ended, a few highlights there on your screens. It ended 1-0 in favor of Accra Hearts of Oak, who are in contention to win this Ghalca Top 4. They say they are going to win it. It's going to stay here. They started it with the Homo World Cup. The Homo World celebration seems to still be going on. It's not over yet. So it looks like they want to eat more pokoi with this one as well. Anyway, so let's see how it goes, because, hey, Bibiani Gold Stars is also in contention. A tough knock to crack. They might be the miners. They are not mining gold this time here in Accra. They want to mine
3 points.
points away. They want to mine and carry. Anytime they see goal, they want to carry it away. They won the Ghana Premier League. They've seen goal this time in the trophy that is being presented, and that is what is at stake. Games are coming up on Friday. We'll be updating you on that. But then before that, let me ask you, Mumin. Again, what does Coach Didi Dramani brings to the table, especially looking at, his impact so far with clubs he's coached. We've seen what he's done in what he did in Nordjylland.
Kotoko,
he came back again to the Black Stars fold to be on the bench and what have you. It tells you technically they know how gifted he is, and bringing that to the fore. Would we say Hartlepool did the right thing by getting Ouattara to go onto the board? To allow for Didi Dramani to dictate the pace on the touchline.
I think that's what they did. That's perfect thing to do, because if you really know Didi Dramani and you know his tactical and his quality, you won't doubt him. I mean, when he started his football career, he started with the women's football back in Tamale, and before he went to Kotoko, Kumasi Asante Kotoko, a lot of people were saying, why Mashoud Dramani in Kotoko? But if you go back and check the records in Kotoko, he won the league back to back.
That's true.
You understand? And we have seen the various clubs that he has coached. So for me, what I think has to do is because has to just give him the necessary support, give him the players. I mean, give him time. When you give Didi Mashoud Dramani time for 2 years, he's going to win a lot of trophies for the club. Because I've known what Haas can do when it comes to interference. Haas is a club that they normally don't give the coaches time. And Mashoud Dramani need time. You need to give him peace of mind to work.
That's true.
The guy is somebody that can even coach some of the coaches in the Premier League. They know him and they know what he can do. So when you listen to Mashoud Dramani, when he speaks, it's like he's speaking the minds of the likes of Ancelotti and Jose Mourinho and Pep Guardiola and co. And this is the guy that I've known for a long time. And when he's talking to a player, he knows how to talk to the player. Psychologically, these days we don't call them coaches. We call them managers, because you need to manage the players too. You need to manage them. Sometimes some of the players, you don't need to talk to them in a way that will not make the player feel. And Didi is somebody who knows this player. This is how I'm going to talk to him. This is how I'm going to approve this person. So for me, I think that Haas is going to be one of the teams that clubs will be like, I don't want to play against in next seasons to come, because I foresee what Didi is going to do because of the progressive, how he started a team, building the team. I mean, they just signed the Lali's former player. I mean, Nations Abdul Karim, and he featured Abdul Karim today. And we've seen what the guy did today. So for me, I think Haas should give Didi Dramani time, just time to work. They shouldn't have. I mean, no interference, because Haas, a lot of things are into the team that we don't need to talk. But they should give Didi Dramani time for him to do what he can do, so that Haas will be the Haas that the supporters and the board want them to be.
Anyway, for those of you who know Hartlepool that much, that is what we are asking the supporters to take it easy, especially when they're losing. They don't like to lose at all. I know them so well. But hey, just for us to enjoy good football, it tells us that this serves as a toast for what we should expect in the coming Ghana Premier League. It means that it's going to be really a tall order if it's anything to go by.
Yeah, I think I mentioned earlier that this season, the coming season, will be one of the most competitive seasons because of the kind of coaches we've had and how the coaches have been with the team. Vivian Goes has an experienced manager from Paul Manson. Kotoko has a proven winner, Karim Zito. Nations FC had one of the best developmental coaches, one of the best brains in football in Ghana, Kasim Mengo. Has to focus Didi Dramani. Look at Heart of Lions, Bashir Hayford. If you go to even the recent teams have experience, like players coaches that understand the game. Even those with young coaches are doing brilliantly well. People that understand. Dreams FC has Wilfred Dormon, one of the brilliant managers in the game. If you go to these young apostles and the like, these are teams if you look at the teams around, even those that don't have the experienced managers, they have young, brainy coaches that are excellent. I've always said Ghana, we have excellent managers around. We've always needed the support and the resources to play. And I think I'm excited that the FA is investing this level of money, which will make it more competitive. Because one, referees are being paid well, so there will be more proper checks and balances. Two, there's enough money to start the season with. $1 million. My prayer is that straight it comes for the clubs to get enough preparation to prepare. And then once that comes, the players are more comfortable. We can play at the highest level. And for me, and now most of the games will be on TV because of the broadcast right.
Yeah.
Clearly, we are doing basic things to get the league more competitive. Once the results becomes competitive and the results are not predetermined, I think on any day, look at the game we watched today. Excellent football.
I think officiating too top
excellent.
Notch,
Imagine a Ghana Premier League game like this. You watch, you come back and watch again. The pitch wasn't good, but we are still talking about the football. So you see, sometimes the pitch will not be as good as what you expect, but if the football is good, we will talk about it. So for me, I think whatever it is, the players and the quality has always been there. The extract is what matters, and for me, if we can do those things, next season will be one of the exciting seasons for all of us.
That's quite interesting there. Okay, so let's look at how the table looks like currently. We'll be bringing you who is topping what. So it's ready. There you have it. We currently have Gold Stars on top. They've played a game. They've won one with 3 points there. So Hearts of Oak there, they've also played one with 3 points. And then Hearts of Lions, no points at all. Kumasi Asante Kotoko lying bottom place. So that's how the table looks like after the games have been played today. So also this is unofficially out from us. So the official one, when we bring the official one, definitely we'll put it. So this is how we are projecting it for you, and this is how the table is going to look like.
Most likely we'll do like this because Kotoko conceded in their game 2 goals. They conceded 2. Lions conceded only 1. Ghost House scored 2 goals. The House of Folk scored 1 goal. So obviously, I think that's the rights. Obviously, Ghost House will be leading. So I think that's what. But we just always have to wait for the competition organizers to get to be fair. That's what it's going to be like. I think the next game is what will look most likely how House of Folk Ghost Stars game will most likely determine who becomes the champion. But I think so far it's been excellent. Once is so that the next game we will use head to head, because now they played each other. When they go and play each other, then you'll be able to use head to head to determine who is the right champion. But this is a fair reflection of the game we've watched. I think Ghost Stars obviously played a more tougher opponent as compared to Heart of Folk. Sure. Because obviously Kotoko is more tougher than Heart of Folk, Heart of Lions, and then they managed to beat them. Heart of Folk themselves, they always say football beat the opponent who is in front of you. They got Heart of Lions, a team that have, and it's more difficult when you play a side and you are going to play them again instantly. So obviously, the Lions had the benefit of hindsight to prepare against Didi Dramani's side and approach the game differently. And you could see, so it was movement and fine margins. It was an old goal that was different. So you could see it was a game that has draw written all over it, but it's just more of experience. House of Folk is House of Folk, So they used the experience, the character, and I think that's what helped them. They had the character ahead of Lions, and they took advantage of it. But in terms of football, I think Lions were great in total. Even in the second half,
They look at the first half.
For instance, these are young players that they are building. Look at Eche, for instance, who we all think is perhaps the man of the match of the game. He's from a Division 2 side, Banana in FC. Walks into a Premier League team and dominates play. Look at, I was jokingly saying that Freeman at Bando will be a trouble. If you go to Bando, he'll give you 3-0. Because look at the kind of football he played, very workaholic. If he gets you at Bando with the fans behind him, you leave with 3-0. And this is the kind of football this is the kind of player that Bashir Ford would like. Once they just announced him last week. So he's not been able to understand his play, but we could all tell that He's workaholic. He would love to move around. He would love to rush the players. If they understand how he plays, he's also good in the air. Come on. If he gets you 2-0, 3-0. Because Didi Ramani's side has one of the best left backs in this game. Yeah. Someone who has the ability to give in-swing crosses. So if he finds that mojo, and their pattern is based on find the striker in the box, find the right passes, it's going to be a tough game. And for me, I think that's what he would want. Understand the players, and it's an off-season tournament, a pre-season tournament. You use it to prepare your squad. In as much as the resource is very important, what you need is a team that you can compete in the season. And he said, "This is how we are playing. Come on, we are Heart of Lions. This is Accra. They are top side. They are basically favorites. Every game they play, they are favorites. So for you to at least, and I think they've punched above their weight, and that's why when they play against House of Folk, we expect them to compete. But naturally, no disrespect to Lions, is a tough team, a world traditional team, but obviously House of Folk is House of Folk. So I think they've done well. Both coaches have showed up. Bashir Ford, he will go and tell his boys, come on, you guys played, you guys gave a good account of yourself. And surprisingly, they are one of the teams in the Premier League that plays excellent football. And anytime you play against them, you know that you are going to enjoy yourself. You're going to enjoy good football. If you watch them play, you could see that this is an exciting team.
Sure.
And that's what we want. We want teams that will give you exciting football. Yeah, some of the teams would compete for titles. Those that want to compete will grind results and win. But the rest of the teams play good football. And the good football is what the fans want to enjoy.
Exactly.
Because if Pando wins, if Heart of Lions wins the league, praise the Lord. If they don't win, I don't think a Heart of Lion fan will say sack the coach because Bashir Ford didn't win. Obviously not. So you master that, you give them good football, and you see if you can make some transfers and get some players and build money. Exactly.
And still remain in the top 4, hopefully for next year as well.